Welcome to the Authentic Human Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Vickers. Similar to how military and special ops use remote viewing to access secret information, I communicate directly with universal beings to better understand creation, existence, and evolution. For the past 20 years, I've worked with thousands of people around the world, helping them gain access to the highest level information possible so they can achieve their ultimate goals. Right now, I've partnered with the Creator and some of the most influential beings in existence to bring you the story of creation. My goal is to create a world where you remember who you are and why you exist. Welcome back to the Authentic Human Podcast. Today is part 13 of the story of creation. Yesterday, we spoke quite a bit about it's really cool because there's a lot of angelics that are coming in today. In addition to Pan and Jesus and the Creator, whom we spoke extensively with yesterday. And the reason that the angelics are coming through as well today is because we're going to go deeper into our understanding of heritage and what heritage means, but also how it works from a universal perspective. So right now, the foundation of the story of creation that we are sharing with you, and this is the Creator speaking, and he's saying the foundation is to restore your understanding to a universal perspective. So yesterday we spoke extensively about the difference between being in a human physical perspective versus a universal perspective. And so right now, what we're going to help you understand more intimately, more intricately, is the function of heritage, the function of roots and origins. And the reason that this is so important is that our origins are tied to original creation. And heritage is something that we identify with on the physical world. And so the two are fundamentally different, and we're stepping away from the heritage perspective, where it's identification with land, with practices, with belief systems. It's understanding that energetically, every human is a universal being. And that's the awareness that needs to grow now. That's the understanding that needs to grow. And in order for that to occur, the human mind has to bend, it has to surrender, it has to allow the truth to emerge. And this is why the angelics are here. Because they want you to feel right now, okay? We're going to go through this today. They want you to feel how trapped you actually are and how trapped you've been as a result of the human condition, as a result of the world that we currently live in. We are being poisoned mentally, emotionally, and physically. And the poison is eating away at our cells, as well as at the energy. It can't hurt the energy because energy is universal. Okay, this is really important. So there's 3 different levels and layers of energy. it can absolutely eat away at the physical energy, which is why humanity is physically ill, why disease is rampant. Because as this poison, okay, eats away at the cells and energetically, what happens is we have less strength, less vibration to rise. So if you think about it this way, so originally, right, humans came in to existence with full universal power, with full access to awareness of all things and any energetic power we wanted. Because of that, we didn't need to control anything. We didn't need to have power over anyone. And certainly no one had power over us because none of that was an issue. There were no power struggles because power was full. Why? How could you possibly have a power struggle when you know who you are and what you're meant to be doing? There is no such thing as a power struggle from original perspective. The power struggle came as a result of dramatic it's like interference in the energetic balance of the human body. And this is really important, why it's specific to the human body. Because energetically, humans are there's no bounds. We're boundless. It's energetic. You can feel the energy. It's just there are no limits. Okay, which means that the mass significance of being is in every moment, and it exists in every moment, whether it's of ourselves, of the universe, and of the intricacies of existence itself and creation and how everything works together, right? Because every relationship is fundamental, which we've talked about a little bit. But now it's understanding that those dynamics on the physical level, physical realm only, were poisoned. But the poison taught you and made you is a really strong stretch. It taught you, and then you chose to participate. Okay. So nobody can make you do anything, but you have to choose to participate. And if you don't, then you choose the consequences. So you are still choosing either way. And what happened is we chose to participate in the evolution of our own demise. And what they mean by that is we poisoned our own self-recognition. We poisoned our capacity to understand who we are and to believe in ourselves. And this is why everything horrible that you could have ever think of occurs. It's understanding that humans and every aspect of creation itself is self-healing. But if you don't believe in yourself, you will never be able to access that. It's the belief in yourself. And this is not, oh, I think I can do it. That's not believing in yourself. Believing in yourself is understanding the true origins of your creation, the essence, the energy of your creation, the power and the abilities that you have. Okay? The challenge right now is that we are so far away in our belief system. The distance is so great from what we have the capacity to believe about ourselves. That's the bridge that needs to be crossed. Because we've come to a place where shame and judgment and guilt and every possible doubt, every possible aspect of that poison, it festers. It festers. It's a wound gone bad. And, yes, humanity is suffering. But the reality is you have the power to stop it. You were given that power from the moment of your creation in this universe, from a soul perspective. You've never lost it. You've never lost it. You've just forgotten how to use it and how to access it. There are reasons that your brain looks for bigger answers, looks for alternatives, because you are not willing to settle for the suffering and the pain. And sometimes you are. Sometimes you feel so powerless that the pain and suffering is overwhelming. And the Creator says, what I want you to feel is the resurrection of your power. It's that you can feel the energy rising. He's showing you. He wants you to feel your power. Power is not bad. Control and manipulation are the enemy, but power is not the enemy. And because humanity has been treated so poorly by those who were visiting here, who don't actually belong here. And you have to let go of your anger and your resentment towards them, because that isn't going to win the war. Your pain and your suffering is not going to win the war. Needing them to see the pain and the suffering they caused you so they feel remorse isn't going to win the war. Why? Because they don't feel remorse. They don't feel guilt. They don't feel shame. They feel power. But their power is different. It comes from control and manipulation of lowering the vibration of other beings. Now, they chose humanity specifically because they were curious to see if it would work. It's that simple. And it became an addiction, but it's not really an addiction like we think about, it consumes us. We have to do more. We have to have more. For them, it's a game, right? It's like cat and mouse. They just keep trying, but they don't really care. But here's the thing that's really important to understand is when we come here as humans, we choose to come into this life, okay? We choose to come in and have as many lives as we want. No matter what happens to our physical bodies, whether there's war, whether there's famine, whether there's horrible catastrophes, we're going to come back. We're not dead. Our physical body ceases to exist, but we're not gone. We're here. But because our mental beliefs this is the heritage aspect. Our heritage is a whole lot of sad, sob stories of trauma and suffering and pain. And that is what they used to build humanity on. But it's not true and it's not real. And that is why humans continue to suffer. Your origins, when you understand your origins, you have zero attachment to anything, let alone your physical body or the physical bodies and representations of anyone or anything. You don't have attachment to them. You have love and compassion and respect, complete energetic understanding of who they are, why they were created. So you hold an awareness far greater than any attachment, because attachment needs and holds expectations. And that's all taught behavior. It's all learned. And the difference between heritage and origins is staggering. It's the difference between humanity's resurrection and humanity's suffering and burnout. So I'm asking you now, the creator I'm asking you now to feel and let the energy and the truth flow through you. Let your veins fill with the pure truth of the universe, with the origins of your soul, and with the full awareness of the origins of this universe. Yes, just let that flow into you now. Nothing is hidden from you. You need to allow that truth to permeate every one of the lies you've been told, because it will help them crumble. It will help reveal them, but more importantly, it will help you stand strong as they're being revealed. Nothing is hidden from you. You have access to the greatest wisdom and the greatest awareness of all time, of all existence. All you have to do is allow yourself to feel that truth in a way that pierces the fear of believing in something that is greater than you've been told is true. And it is time. This is why everyone's here. So the entire Universal Council, so all of the most influential beings in existence are here. And they are treating you to the awakening of your soul, treating you to hold yourself in the highest regard, with the deepest respect and love and compassion. But mostly, it's about allowing your true self to emerge from the shell of your former self, the self that needed healing, the self that wanted to feel more, the self that looked for answers in spite of your fear, in spite of the judgment. Because this true self is not only ready to emerge, but this is you, the you who will not only conquer those who have misused energy and power in a way to create harm and hate. But this version of you is about exploring your potential that is far greater than your mind could ever comprehend. We're creating the opportunity and the bonds for you to break every belief in existence that holds you back from being your true self, shedding light on truth with ease, with grace, with joy, and allowing you to embrace the fullness of your true self, releasing the fear of judgment, the fear of shame, releasing the fear of forgiveness. Will they forgive me? Can I forgive them? Forgiveness isn't universal. It's a rule. It's a human rule that holds you back. It doesn't exist. Only truth exists. And when you feel the truth, you know the answers. You feel the truth. There is no consequences. There's just understanding and a willingness to participate in a way that ensures the truth will go on. Your job at this point in existence is to allow your heart and your mind and your soul to connect in a way that allows your heart to speak to your mind in a way that considers you and yourself with respect first, that leaves the judgment and the fear of judgment behind, but more importantly, that you allow yourself to grow in ways that up until now you didn't know or believe or think were possible. The world is ready for you. The world is ready to see, to feel, to hear your potential. You just have to unleash it, because pure potential has no harm, no manipulation, and no control. It is pure, universal energy based on truth, the truth of existence, the truth of creation, and the truth of who you were created to be. Feeling that energy now permeating your soul. It's like a pea-sized energy in the middle of your heart, golden, a golden orb. Just allow yourself to feel the entire Universal Council as they hold that space for you. The pea size representing it's never been lost. It's always been right there waiting within you. But it's time to let it out, to let it grow how it was meant to. Just letting their presence, their holding space for you in this moment, letting that energy grow, letting yourself feel it. This is not about your human self. This is not about any other human physical representation in existence. This is about you and your relationship with your soul and existence itself. That's it. And just allowing that energy to rise. Yes, feel it. Don't push it. Don't need it to be anything other than it is. Notice if it takes on a shape. Notice the movement of it as it moves through your body. Maybe it's swirling. Maybe it's like a snake. Maybe it stays the size of an orange, and maybe it moves to the limits of your body. And maybe they're showing you that your energy is 10 times bigger than your body. It's allowing yourself to feel the energy. Feel the wisdom here. This is your foundation. This is your origins. Everything about you can be found here. Everything about human existence can be found here. And everything about existence itself can be found here. It is so. Thank you for tuning in to the Authentic Human Podcast. I'm Michelle Vickers. If you're one of the select few who felt the depth and energy of universal wisdom in this episode, I invite you to join our private community, the Authentic Human Collective, where episodes are recorded live and the conversation and exploration go far beyond what the public is ready to hear. Find all the details at michellevickers.com.